All right, Ellison, let's look at number one. Number one says, name all the lines that contain the given point. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. What we're going to do is we're going to just take them one at a time. Okay, let's look at number one. Number one right here says, let me grab a pen. All right, we'll use that color right there. Number one says, point Q. Which lines contain point Q? We know that this line contains point Q. That's point Q right there, right? So we know that first of all, point Q is contained in line PR. What we're going to do is we're going to name that line PR, right? So that's the only line that contains point Q. Notice there's no other line that contains that point, all right? So on number one, what we're going to say is number one, the answer is line, and we can do it like that, PR. Okay, so line PR. Okay, all right, now let's look at number two. Number two says point R. All right, well, which lines contain point R? Well, let's grab our handy dandy little pen here. Well, point R is this point right here, right? Well, this line contains point R, and this line contains point R. Do you see that? So the lines that contain point R are TR, so line TR, and line PR. Do you see that? Okay, so line PR, and all I'm doing is I'm naming them by their two endpoints. So line PR contains point R, and line TR contains point R. Okay, make sense? All right. All right, now let's look at the second, number three. What about point S? Point S is right here, right? Point S is right here. Well, that line is contained in line TR, right? Because that's T and that's R. And then is that the only line that point is on? Yes, it is. So that's the only one that contains point S. Okay? Now let's look at the fourth one. Point T. Point T is right here, right? Right here. That's point T. Well, point T is either on line TR, okay, TR, or line TP, or we can call it PT, right? All I'm doing is the two endpoints, right? So that one and that one. Oops, right? So all I'm doing is the two endpoints. All right, hopefully that made sense. I know I kind of stumbled through that. All right, so let's look at number five. Number five says, name all the angles congruent to the given angle. All right, let's take them one at a time, just like we did the points. All right, so first of all, on number five, it says congruent to angle 2. Angle 2. Well, this is angle 2 right here, right? That's angle 2. Do you see that? We want to pick all the angles that are the same shape and they're the same size, because that's what congruent means, right? So what we're doing is we're looking at this angle right here, and we're going to pick all the angles that are the same shape and the same size. Well, we know because of the law of reflection, we know that this angle is also the same, right? Angle 2 and angle 8 are the same. So we're going to say angle 8. And then what else? Isn't this the same angle as angle 2 also? This one right here? See, it's the same shape and the same size. So angle 4 is also congruent. And then because of the law of reflection, this angle on the other side of 4 is also angle 6. So what we just did is we just named all the angles that are congruent to angle 2. Okay? Make sense? All right, now let's do number 6. Number 6, it says angle 5. Well, we're going to do the same thing. Let's go ahead and name all the angles that are congruent to angle 5. Well, where's angle 5? Angle 5 is this guy right here. Well, we can just look at the picture and kind of see exactly what angle this is, the same shape. Angle 7 would be the same shape. Angle 1 would be the same shape. And then angle 3. So it's angle 7, let me go back and see. So we're looking at this one right here. We're looking at this one right here, angle 5. We know angle 7, angle 1, and angle 3. All right, so it's angle 7, angle 1, and angle 3 are all the same shape and size as angle 5. Okay, that's number 6. All right, let's look at number 7. Number 7 says angle 3. Well, angle 3 is this one right here, right? Well, because of the law of refraction, we know that that's also the same as angle 5. It's also the same as angle 7. And it's also the same as angle 1, right? All right, they're all the same shape and size as angle 3. That's number 7. All right, number 8. All right, this one says angle 8. So which one is angle 8? Angle 8 is this little guy right here, right? Again, all we're looking for is congruent ones to angle 8. The ones that are the same shape and the same size as this guy. Well, because of the law of refraction, we know that angle 2 is the same. And then also angle 4 is the same, right? Because it's the same shape and the same size. You can see that from the picture. And then also, isn't it the same shape and the same size as angle 6 that's across from it? So that's the answer. Angle 2, angle 4, and angle 6 are the same shape and same size as angle 8. Hope you can see that. All right. Now for one that probably everybody finds a little bit difficult. It's the word problem, but you're not afraid of word problems. All right, let's read it together. It says, a local movie theater is running a promotion in which a large popcorn costs $2 with the purchase of 2 adult tickets. All right, so like we did in algebra, I'm gonna circle all the key information. $2 with the purchase, and then 2 adult tickets, right? And then if Mr. and Mrs. Elian spent $19 at the movie theater, write an equation that represents the cost and solve for the cost of 1 adult ticket. All right, so I'm going to do this down on the bottom of the page. All right, so let's walk through this one. I'm going to pick a different color here. All right, so we know, first of all, they gave us this $2 purchase price of a popcorn. So we're going to just say plus 2 because we know we're going to add $2 to our total cost when we went to the movies. Okay, does that make sense? And we also know that we bought 2 adult tickets, but we don't know how much those tickets cost, right? So what do we use for a number that we don't know? What do we do in algebra? We used a variable. So what we're going to say is 2x, and x stands for the cost of a ticket. Does that make sense? Okay, so we bought 2 of them, 2 times the cost of a ticket plus $2 for the popcorn. And all of that together, what did we spend? We spent $19. Okay? Now, because you're so good in algebra, because you had such an amazing algebra teacher, I'm just kidding. You were a great student. You were easy to teach. You can solve this equation very easily. So how do we solve for that variable? Well, first of all, we're going to get rid of this mean little sister right here, right? That plus 2, we're going to subtract 2 from both sides. Okay? And that gives us, what do we end up with? We end up with 2x, so those cancel each other out. 2x equals 17 right? And then how do we solve for the x? Well, we just divide by 2 on both sides, and x equals 17 divided by 2. Well, what's 17 divided by 2? It's 8.5, so 8.5. So those tickets cost $8.50. I know I went through that rather quickly. I hope that made sense. Hey, girl, I wanted to tell you, congratulations for getting to area in band. I'm really proud of you guys. You guys did an awesome job. Sorry y'all didn't advance, but it's a rebuilding year for the band, and I was with you in spirit. I prayed for you yesterday. Love you, kid. Keep sending me those pictures. I'll keep helping.